Good morning. Okay, almost ready. Make sure you have some water and a towel. Some muscles to get through today's class. Okay, here we go. Standing at the back of the mat. Take a nice big deep breath. But we're gonna swan dive it all the way down. You're gonna hang out here and breathe 3 or 4 times. Just relaxing the upper body. Make sure you're just letting your head fall so your neck is nice and long. Now we're going to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Crowd out your chest, sweep the elbows all the way back and squeeze them together. Now you're going to fold halfway down, maybe a little lower, depending on how tight you are in the back of the legs. And then come back up nice and slow. Really try here to weight into your heels and keep those hips back. Now release the arms. Take a nice big deep breath and swan dive all the way down again to breathe. Roll up nice and slowly. Crowd out the chest, sweep the elbows all the way back. And now fold down. Make sure we're drawing the belly button up and in. Go nice and slowly. Everything is better slow. Then come up slow. Keep the elbows nice and high when you go down. Release, breathe, deep breath. Exhale all the way down. We're going to do this one more time. Roll up nice and slowly. Sweep the elbows back, squeezing as best you can the elbows together. Fold halfway down. Maybe go a little further. You want to feel a nice tug in the back of the legs. Get the elbows up a little higher if you can. And now come up nice and slow, putting all the weight into the heels. Nice. Okay, release the arms, gentle sway side to side. Keep that belly working the whole 45 minutes. Okay, let's take this right arm up, straight up to the ceiling. I want you to take the feet to the edges of the mat. I want you to reach, so I want you to lift the whole side body up. Arm is really long. And now just go over a little, not a lot. So you're feeling the stretch go down over the hip. You haven't moved the hips or done anything funky, right? Now come back up, release that arm. Sway both arms side to side. Get some good blood flow before we do the stretch. Okay, here we go with the left arm going straight up. Now lift the shoulder blade up. Your whole side body is reaching up. And then just go over a little bit. You should start to feel that stretch over the hip almost instantaneously. Okay, release it. We're going back to the right side. This time you send the hip out first. So let it go out to the side a little. You're going to feel a nice little stretch in the other inner thigh. Sweep the arm up first. Give me that nice lift. And then go over a little bit. You're gonna feel this a little bit more over the hip. The arm has no bend in it. You're working it. You're really reaching. Okay, hips come back center. Relax. Sway these arms again. We're going one more time on the left. Okay, so the left hip goes left. Get that nice little stretch in the inner thigh. Sweep the arm up. Lift it up. Send it over. You don't have to go far to get there. And come back. Now, I'm gonna take my feet even farther apart, so I've got both feet on the floor instead of the mat. I'm gonna take the elbows back, tight up my chest, get that whole upper back working. Draw the belly in, and now we're folding down. This time we're going as low as we can, keeping the elbows high and the spine long, so you're not punching or rounding your back. And then come back up, wading into the heels like we did before, nice and slowly. We're gonna do it again. And if you need to release the arms at any point, just to reset, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, we're going one more time. Keep the elbows up, come up nice and slow, pushing into the heels. Now release the arms, give me that gentle sway. So we're gonna do a couple more of the same thing, only we're gonna add an isometric pull of your feet going towards each other. So you're gonna feel a big activation. So start it now, get that activation, pull the feet towards each other so you feel different. I want you to hold that activation and fold down. Now I want you to go even slower than you were before, because I want you to focus on keeping that activation. When you're as far as you can go, start to come up and keep the activation. Nice. Release, release everything. Arms go side to side. One more time. This is super good for you. Trust me. Okay, it's gonna make us feel good after, I promise. Okay, elbows go back. Isometric tug of the feet pulling together. Go down nice and slow. Last one, make it the best. Keep the elbows up, keep your neck long, keep your spine long. Keep the feet pulling together. Come up as slowly as you can. Okay, release the arms. Bring the feet back onto your mat. They're going to be hip width apart. Work your arms again. Okay, we're going to start today's class. That was sort of a little warm up for you. We're going to start with a hip flexor opener. Again, more shoulder and more hips today. These are the areas that we need to work on as we age. So let's bring our hands to heart, stand nice and tall. I want you to step a big step forward with the left foot. I want you to lift your back heel nice and high. Now, if you ever feel compression in your lower back when you're releasing your hip, all you need to do is lean a little forward. If you don't ever have that problem, let's see if we can stack the shoulders right over the hips and then reach the arms up. They don't need to be together. They can be as wide as they need to be. I would like them straight. Just hold here. Enjoy that nice stretch over that right hip. Flex it. You know what I mean. Okay, keep the arms up if you can, but if you need a break to get blood flow, take it. We're gonna lower the heel in the back ever so slowly. It might not make it all the way to the floor, and then we're gonna lift it back up. Ever so slowly. You're gonna just do that 2 more times, then your arms are coming down. Should feel really good all the way through that calf muscle. Resist the descent. And then come up really slowly. Nice. Now you're gonna bring the arms down. Oh, that feels good. Frame your front foot, step back, maybe in your high plank. Hold here just for a couple of breaths. Nothing crazy. We're waking up the belly, pull it up and into the spine. Bring it back to a downward facing dog, first one of the day. Now we walk our hands all the way back to our feet. You're in a full forward fold here, just chilling. If you can get your legs straight, let's do that. You can shift the hips backwards without falling. Let's do that. Make sure your neck is long. You should be looking through your knees to the back of the room. But this is a great time to just close your eyes and listen to your breathing. Now, from here, we're going to inhale and extend the spine. Walk your fingertips forward, shift your hips further back. And now out to the side with the arms, come all the way back up, and let's reach up with the arms towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart. Now we step the right foot forward. Really big step. Lift the back heel up so you're on your toes. Bring the arms up. So you want to be feeling this right over that hip flexor. It should feel like a little tug. Nothing severe, nothing that's not comfortable. You should feel like, oh yeah, I feel that. That feels good. Now, slowly start to piston the back heel. Slowly down and slowly up. The heel's not going to get all the way to the floor, but do your best. Nice. Okay, let's bring the arms down. Frame your foot, maybe in your high plank. Pull through to a downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Stay here for 5 deep breaths in your full fold. Really try to puff out the rib cage. That's how big your breaths are. Okay, inhale, extend the spine. Arms out to the sides, slowly come all the way back up, reach for the ceiling. Now you're going to clasp your fingers together, turn the palms to face up. We're going to go up and over a little bit to one side. And then back center, and then go up and over to the other side. Back center. Release the arms. Nice. Bring your hands to heart. Stand nice and tall. Pick up your left foot. Circle the ankle. If you need to hold on to a chair, go find one. Change your direction. Try to lift up out of your right hip. Try to always get taller here. Point and flex. And let's do the opposite side. Big circles. Go the opposite way. Point and flex. Nice, put the foot down. Bring the arms and sway side to side. Okay, let's get our elbows at the height of the shoulder with our palms facing forward. Now I want you to take your elbows and try to move them further back. Should feel a nice stretch across the chest. Now the other small, subtle thing I want you to do is think of trying to pull the elbow towards the side of the wall on both sides. So you're trying to pull them apart from one another, create space. Once you keep that activation, slowly lower the palms. Nothing else moves. And then slowly come back up. Everything is better slow today. Keep trying to separate and touch the elbows to the sides of your walls. Keep your chin up, your neck long, and try to get taller. Okay, release the arms, give me that nice sway, loosening everything up, creating some nice blood flow. Now, we're just gonna circle this arm front to back 3 times. And then we're gonna change the direction 3 times forward. If you need to open up the hip a little bit to create that circle, nothing wrong with that. Switch sides. So you're gonna go forward or back, it doesn't matter. Whatever direction, we're going both ways. This is also something that you can do every day. If you're going out for a walk, this is a great warm-up for your upper body. Okay, release, shake out the shoulders. Just sort of floss them up and down. Now, big deep breath. We're gonna swan dive it down. You're gonna walk your hands slowly all the way to the front of the mat till you're in your high plank. When you get to your high plank, you're gonna slowly lower onto the forearms. So now you're in low plank. You're gonna lower the hips. You're gonna come on to the tops of your feet. You're in baby cobra. We're just gonna stay here and breathe a little bit. Keep drawing your belly in. This is really working the flexibility in your lower back, so you don't get too stiff. Okay, let's tuck the toes under again. Let's lift the hips up first, keeping the knees on the floor. Now, I want you to walk one elbow forward and then the other elbow forward, till you feel your six-pack muscle go, oh my God, you want me to work? Yes, I do. You're just holding this 8-point plank. Your job in this 8-point plank is to draw that belly in. It's an intense move. Make sure you're breathing. Now, in slow motion, I want you to bring your hips back down to the floor. Maybe take 8 counts to get there. The whole time you're doing your 8 count, you're drawing that belly in. Nice. Now hold this position with the hips on the floor. Take a nice big deep breath. And walk one hand back by your chest and then the other. The chest is now down on the floor. Give me some nice length in your neck so your face is looking straight down. Keep the belly pulling in, even though you're lying on it. Keep your toes tucked under. Now I want you to use the muscles along your spine to lift the chest. Please don't push the hands into the floor to make the movement happen. Now to add on to this, you can lift the palms off the floor, hover them right there. And to add on to that, you can sweep the elbows a little higher up to the ceiling. Don't forget to breathe. Put the hands down. Pick yourself back up. I'd like your hips right over the heels. This is a modified child's pose. Make sure your neck is nice and long. Think about lowering the chest a little closer to the floor as you breathe. Okay, holding this position, I want you to do one thing. Open your left palm so it faces up towards the ceiling. Lift that hand off the floor a couple of inches. Reach that hand forward. Put it back down, relax. Right palm opens. Lift it. Reach it forward. Nice. Now come back up onto all fours. Round your back. You're doing 5 cat-cows nice and slowly. Think about trying to switch up the position, where on a couple of them you move your hips further back. Again, it's all about sucking in the belly. We talked about that in the beginning of class. And maybe you want to hold one of these a little longer. If you feel a nice release in that lower back, why not? Depending on where you're tight. Okay, now on the last one, hold that spine inflection, take the hips so they're sort of just back over the heels, but you're still holding the position with your spine flexing. Nice, now come forward. Let's get onto the tops of our feet. Maybe grab a towel for your forehead. We're going to come into a child's pose with our forehead down this time. Just relax the arms, relax the head. I want you to just take 5 nice, big, huge breaths. Okay, let's come back up to that quadruped position. Tuck your toes under. You're going to send the left knee backwards, so your foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. And then put it back down. Sweep the left leg back. You're keeping the leg bent. That's how the heel is pointing up to the ceiling. And just sort of slowly oscillate from side to side. You're waking up your glutes and your hamstrings. That's where you're probably feeling this. Try your best to keep the hips nice and square. It's the belly activation that helps you stabilize your core. So of course you're doing that. Now your head should be positioned where your neck feels happy. That's your job, keeping that neck happy. Do a couple more.
So for me, that's just looking out towards the front of my mat. Okay, now take your right knee out to the side and bring it back in. Stay on that same leg and do that doggy lift, if you will, 5 times. Again, stabilize your core, just lift and lower the leg. And when you've done 5 on that side, let's do 5 with the left leg going out to the side. If it hurts your knees, you put a towel under them. I should have told you that sooner, but you probably know better. Okay, kick those feet out to the side. You're going to roll back, so you're sitting down. We're going to bring the heels to the corners of the front of our mat. We've got bends in the legs. Let's take our hands and just rest them below the knees. I want you to proud out your chest and lean forward. Feet are flexed. And now I want you to take your left hand under the pad of your toes. So you're going to push your toes forward. Take your right hand, do the same. Under your right foot, pushing the toes forward. So I've got my elbows just over my knees. Now try to pull your feet forward. They're not going to get far. Just create that activation. A nice little stretch for your feet. Okay, release it. Make your legs nice and long. Bring your arms forward. We're going to seesaw forward and back with our spine long. So reach forward, take those fingers and really try to get towards the front of the room. Your back of the knees are pushing down towards the floor. Your spine is long. Now keep that belly pulling in and then take it back. Go around the back. It's a little bit of work now for your hip flexors. Bring it forward. Reach, reach, reach. Feet are flexed. Take it back. Draw the belly in when you go back. And one more time forward. And now let the elbows land between the legs and let the spine round. Let your head fall towards the floor. If you can walk the elbows forward a little bit, why not? Getting some nice length behind the legs. Take a big deep breath so you feel an expansion of the thoracic spine. And then release it, come up. Let's take our hands to opposite shoulder here, and you're going to collapse and C-curve the spine as you slowly roll down Pilates style. Nice and slow, don't be in a hurry. Keep the belly drawing in. Now the head's going to relax to the floor. You're going to step your feet in. We're going to rock the pelvis forward and back. Really slowly. Maybe 4 or 5 more times. Make sure your neck is nice and long. Shoulders are relaxed. This is a feel-good moment. We don't force anything, we just gently move it forward and back. Okay, this time when your low back skin reaches the floor, I want you to press up through the heels and lift your hips up into a bridge and slowly lower down. Enjoy the feeling you're getting in your upper back. So the slower you go, the better for the spine. Then roll the pelvis forward, do it again. Tilt it up, press up through the heels. Make sure you've got lots of space in that neck and upper back, and then slowly roll down. Something good for you to do every day. We carry a lot of tension in our upper backs. Okay, roll forward. One more time, tilt up, press up through the heels. Now, hold the hips up as high as you can. Lift the arms off the floor. Palms are facing, the arms are reaching up to the ceiling. Now you're going to open the arms so the back of the arms are down on the floor. Keep them there, back of the hands on the floor, slowly lower the hips back down. Nice. Now with your spine in a nice comfy position, you're just gonna let the knees roll to one side. You can keep the arms where they are. When the knees, let's say your knees have rolled to the left, you're gonna really try to lower that right knee down, even closer. So you're getting a nice stretch over that right hip. And then come back up slowly with the legs and do the same on the other side. And it's not about forcing the leg down. It's just about activating more muscles so you get more benefit out of the release. Come back up. So walk your feet in a little closer to your butt if you have any space to do that. And then walk the feet together. And now you're just going to let your knees open out to the side and connect the bottoms of your feet. Let them, this is where you let gravity help you. So just try your best to release the inner thighs, try not to fight it. See how close those knees can get towards the floor. Now bring the knees back together and let them fall once again. And bring them back together and do it one more time. Third time's the charm. Maybe you're getting a little more range. Okay, let's bring the arms in so they're on your mat. You're going to bring your knees back together. Both knees are coming into the chest. Your lower back is nicely grounded to the mat. You're going to hug the knees in nice and close. Take a big deep breath. As you exhale, let's see if you can get the knees in a little closer. Okay, we're going to send the legs up to the ceiling now. Little work for the hip flexor. Give me hip width apart between the feet. Make sure you're trying your best to pull the stomach down. In slow motion, I want you to push that left heel forward as you slowly lower it down towards the floor. You decide how low. Maybe it just gets right down to hip height. Once you're down, keep that lower back on the floor so you're working it down. Now slowly pick the leg back up. Do the same on the same side. 2 more times. All the while you're really trying to send that heel out. The leg is locked out straight. Foot stays flexed. When you've done those 2 extra ones, switch sides. Make sure you create that push before you start your descent. Glue the lower back to the floor. Do it as slowly as you can. I'm gonna work my last one here. I'm going down. I'm trying to do 10 counts to get down, 10 to get up. Okay, once the leg is up, open out both legs as wide as they can. Let gravity do its thing again. Your hands are on the floor here. Your arms are just chilling. Bring the legs together slowly. Open them back out again. Let gravity do its thing. Let it take it where they want to go. Don't hold them. Bring them back together. One more time, and then we meet in a happy baby stretch. When you get to your happy baby stretch, I want you to really breathe a lot. So however you get there, let's just make sure those feet are pointing up towards the ceiling, knees towards the floor. Use your arms to help out here. Once you got it all going on, it's all about the breath. Okay, release the feet to the floor. Give me a small bend in the legs. We're doing the Sean stretch. So you're gonna take your right knee, cross it over the left. Not a big bend. Let the knees go to the right. You're gonna use the top leg to guide the bottom one slowly towards the floor. And then lift this left arm up, send it straight back behind you to start. Now switch up the angle of the arm a little bit, maybe 45 degrees up from the body. You feel it in the chest. And definitely over that hip should be massive. It's all about sort of minor subtle changes in position till you really find the right spot. So, I encourage you to explore. Okay, bring the arm in first, then let the knees come up slowly. Uncross. Now you're sending the left knee over the right. Knees are going left. Right arm's going up and backwards. Big stretch over that rib, your ribs, your side body, the hip, the IT band. It's like a super duper stretch you could do every day.
Make sure you're using that left leg to guide the right one, maybe a little closer to the floor. It should not get there. Switch up the angle of the arm a little bit. Okay, bring the arm in, bring the knees back up, uncross them. Figure 4 stretch, take your right foot, flex it, sit it on top of the left thigh. Hands come through the leg, grab hold of either your hammy or your shin as you try to open up that right knee towards the front. Left knee in closer to you as you continue to stay here for 5 deep breaths. You want to enhance this stretch, you can try to rotate your pelvis down. So the lower back comes off the floor, and then see if you can hold that and draw that left knee in a little closer. Subtle change. Okay, let the low back skin hit the floor again. Try to let the left knee come in a little closer. And then release the left foot to the floor, but keep the right leg where it is. Send the arms out to the side for stability, and you're gonna let the right knee roll to the right. So you're going over the glute. And then lift it back up. Now, if you're not going over the glute, step your left foot further forward to find it. Do it again. Come back up and do it one more time. A nice little massage for that glute and hip. Bring it up. Okay, bring the arms in. Send that right foot down to the floor, switch up sides. Left foot flexed, that's the important part. Bring your knee in, grab your hamstring or your shin, whatever you can find. Try to work that left knee forward and the right knee in. You're here for 5 deep breaths. And try to rock the pelvis down. And lower back skin's back down on the floor. Bring that right knee in a little closer for your last big deep breath. And then keep the left leg where it is. Let the right foot get to the floor. You decide how far out it has to go. And then let that left knee land very slowly to the floor. You can open your arms out to the side if you need a little stability to get up and down nice and slow. And bring it back up. Step that foot all the way down along the floor. So both legs are extended long. We're doing the full body stretch. Arms go back. Make sort of a Y with the arms so they're nice and wide. Palms face up towards the ceiling. I want you to spread your fingers wide and then make a fist. And do that 3 more times. Now, let your palms face each other. Start to lift the arms forward, lift your head, tuck your chin, draw your belly down, roll up slowly. Take it between the legs just for a couple of breaths. And we are going to sign off. Great job. I thank you so much for your power and strength. Thank you for being here. Woohoo! Hopefully we feel better. There she is. Hello.